So I had to leave Hawaii. And at the time I was like, I wasn't just a drunk. I smoked crack because that was in. And so I had to leave, and I bought this plane ticket to like leave Hawaii so I wouldn't go to prison. And I had this friend, he was also doing crack, and he had family in Washington State, and he was like, let's go to Washington. And I was like, that's fine, anywhere but here, let's go. So I bought this plane ticket, and then I wanted to like crack. So I went to my dealer, and I was like, look, I have this much money left over from all the work I've been doing this week, and I want to buy $200 worth of crack, because I'm leaving. And I don't know what makes me like a good, like, customer, but he really liked me. And he was like, you know what, Mike, I'm going to give you $300 worth of crack. And so what happened was I did not run out of crack by the time the flight came. So like I tried. I really did. I was like, I'm going to smoke all this crack.
Oh my God.
Because I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. I was like, I'm going to smoke it all. It was a nice gesture of his. It didn't happen. So I had crack and a plane ticket. You don't throw crack away, okay? So I took crack on an airplane. Granted, this is pre-9/11. This is 1997. It's not as hard. And you know, so and I had a pipe, so I had this glass pipe and crack, and I didn't like strap it to my balls or anything. I just had it in my pocket, like I was just because I was high on crack when I made the decision to take it on a plane. It's not like I was. It's like I sobered up to go. Okay, I gotta come up with a plan. So let's sober up for 5 minutes and figure. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm taking it. And like I was, you know, the fucking pipe was right there, like, and it looked like a crack pipe sitting in my pocket. Like if anybody was looking, they would have found it. But nobody cared. No one cared. I was fucking high on crack with drugs on me. I'm flying one-way ticket all to the other side of the ocean with a backpack, and I'm sure it was kind of dirty. I'm sure, you know, I just looked like shit, and no one bothered me. At all. And I noticed there was like 4 or 5 different checkpoints, and nobody gave a shit. And look, I'm sorry if you're not white, because it probably wouldn't have worked the same for you, but for some reason, you can be really white and take crack on an airplane. So that's what I did. The flight from Hawaii from Honolulu to Seattle is like 6 hours. So I smoked crack on an airplane. I wait tables, and a lot of people, like when people are doing drugs in the restaurant, you'll see them going back and forth to the bathroom all the time. That was me. On an airplane, I was going back and forth to the fucking bathroom every 5 minutes to smoke crack. And then I didn't take the crack off, because I actually did finish the crack on the plane. So I mean, so I was like, I don't know if it was like counts as me saying, okay, I finished it, buddy. And I like shoved the crack pipe into that little dispenser, and it was like, well, I don't need that anymore. Let's stick that in there for some fucking poor airport guy to find. Some poor stewardess is like, Jesus Christ. So I got to Washington State. It was like the very beginning of September. And I was, you know, smoking crack still. Like I didn't, you know, they call it a geographic. Well, the best part about a geographic is nothing changes except for the place where you are. So I landed in Seattle, ended up in Wenatchee, Washington. Still, I could find crack anywhere. And so I did, and I was smoking crack. And I found this guy that was smoking crack who was also a tattoo apprentice. And I'm about to show you some tattoos that I got. Smoking crack. So these are them. I hope the lighting is good enough. So I have Tommy and Chucky tattooed on my leg. I don't know if you can see him in the back. So he was a tattoo apprentice who had his own equipment. This wasn't in a shop that I got this done at his apartment. And we were all smoking crack, and he was actually giving another friend of mine this crack tattoo. And I was looking through, like, the books, right? And I was like, no, it was all ships and eagles and stupid shit, right? I was like, nothing. I was like, you know what, I'm not going to get a tattoo. But I just kept smoking, we still smoking crack. And then he had some coloring books for some reason, and that's where I found this. It was in a coloring book. And like, I have little brothers and sisters. I have never seen an episode of the Rugrats. I literally just saw them in the coloring book. I was like, I recognize those guys. Put them on my leg. And so, we kept getting, like, we were getting high the whole time. So actually, Chucky is worse than, like, Tommy's not so bad. Chucky is worse. Like, Chucky's lines are a little bit thicker because you kept fucking up and having to go over it again.
Oh my god.
So it does look like two different, no, but that's one night, one tattoo. And so, yeah. And then I went back and I got this one on my arm. This is Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. I got that put on like a couple days later, and because I'm a drug addict, okay, and I'm addicted to whatever. Like, I get addicted to whatever. The first time I had sex, it was fucking on for like the next 3 years. I fucked everything that moved. Like, so tattoos, like I just kept getting crack tattoos. I got this one too, and then I had to quit smoking crack. Like, that next spring, that was it. Like, I got clean, thank God, because I just don't want to be covered in shitty crack tattoos. That's the worst part. Like that. I've almost died. I've been in jail, but that wasn't my bottom. My bottom was shitty crack tattoos. And thank you all for making a mess in my backyard.
Hey, Mike Cummings.